How's it going, guys? My name is Hutch, and I make Call of Duty videos, and I put them on the internet, and I've been doing so for a couple years now. I started playing Call of Duty, or in the Call of Duty series, 6 years, no, not 6 years ago. It was 4 years ago in 2006 when I first picked up Call of Duty 2. I started on Xbox 360, and that's where I've stayed. If I would have started on PC or PS3, that's where I would have stayed too, but this is just where I started. There was a video game shop that you could rent a big screen HD TV and an hour's worth of Xbox 360 time for $5, and you could sit on a nice, comfortable couch, and they would charge you $5 per hour. And they also sold energy drinks and cigarettes and candy and just a lot of grub, and it was just an awesome place. And that's where I first found Call of Duty, and I was hooked from the very beginning. I was literally, I was waiting tables at the time, and I was literally running a $200 tab every 2 weeks. I was there so often that they opened up a tab for me, which I guess some people would say is indicative of some sort of an addiction or a problem, but for me it was just practical, I guess. In any case, I don't think that I'm cooler than you, clearly. In fact, from what I just told you, I can guarantee you that I'm not as cool as you. And I don't think that my opinion means any more than yours do. I'm speaking to all of you when I say this. Most of you guys obviously are going to know who I am because you subscribe to the channel, and most of you guys watch the videos that subscribe to the channel. But I'm just going to go ahead and assume that some people watching this video have never seen me play Call of Duty or don't know what I do. The video making actually turned into a job, and I work in gaming media now, so I play a lot of video games, and I basically relay information to you guys about video games and about user-created content. So in a sense, it's my job to be good at this game and to know what I'm talking about. And I think for all intents and purposes, I have no problem saying that I'm good at Call of Duty. I'm not great. The only reason I say I'm not great is not because of false modesty. It's because I've played against great players, and I know what it's like to run against a team of great players, and it's not fun. It's pretty shitty when you're not a great player yourself. But as far as pub stars, yeah, that's me. I'm a bona fide pub star, and I know how to wreck pubs pretty well. I chose some Call of Duty 4 gameplay for you for a couple of reasons. And first of all, I just want to say that I wanted to talk about quickscoping in Black Ops and aim assist's role in quickscoping and whether or not it's an exploit. So I chose the very first game that I played tonight. I had no warm-up or anything like that. This is just me hopping on a game of Call of Duty and having a typical free-for-all match. Now, disclaimer, the people that I'm playing against are not very good, and that's typically the case with free-for-all, but I thought it would be the best example because it's just me versus 7 other guys. I'm not relying on any teammate. It's just my skill versus 7 other guys' skill. And I don't quickscope every time I shoot a sniper rifle. I will make that concession to people that think that quickscoping, that community they're a bunch of crybabies and they just won't be able to adapt. I will make the concession to you that I think that, particularly on YouTube, there's this huge mob of people whose obsession with quickscoping has just gotten completely out of control, and who insists that if you do anything but quickscope, you're a noob. So hard scoping is what they call scoping in, holding your breath, lining up your shot, and taking your shot. They call that hard scoping, and they'll accuse you of being noobish if you hard scope, which is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my life. Anybody who runs around in a free-for-all match doing nothing but quickscoping, most of the time, and when I say most, I mean literally probably 19 out of 20 times, are going to get absolutely destroyed. And a good sniper knows when to be quick, and a good sniper knows when to take that extra second to line up your shot and make sure you get the kill. And that's how I feel I am, and that's how I feel I've always played. I've always put an emphasis on having a variety of I don't know, tools in your arsenal to use when you're sniping, and quickscoping is one of them. So I want to talk about aim assist real quick. This video is really quick, so I have to make my point as quick as I can. I don't know how many times I can say quick in 30 seconds, but that's got to be a record. Aim assist is present on consoles to compensate for lag and for the fact that we just can't be as precise with a joystick, or not a joystick, but a controller, than PC players with a mouse and a keyboard. That's why PC players don't have aim assist, is because they can be incredibly accurate with the tools at their disposal, and we just can't. If you want an example of why aim assist is essential on console games, go in a game of Halo 3 and try and headshot a teammate as he's running, and you'll see right away that it's basically impossible. If it's not impossible, it's just frustratingly difficult. Aim assist is basically more appropriately named sticky aim. What it does is anybody who passes within your crosshairs is going to stick for a little bit. It's not going to snap to that opponent. A lot of PC players make the false assumption that it's actually snapping to and locking on opponents, and it's not. That's the case in the single player, but in the multiplayer, that's not. It'll stick to them very subtly, and that'll allow for a little bit more precision that we just can't have with a controller. And the reason why quick scoping, especially COD 4, was totally balanced is because the scope-in time was almost a full second. And it's extremely hard to play aggressive with a sniper in Call of Duty 4. It's even more hard in World at War. If you were able to do this in COD 4, then it was actually the mark of a pretty good player. There weren't really too many of us that knew how to snipe aggressively and knew how to do it well in Call of Duty 4. There were a lot of imitators, and I'm not saying that to sound elitist, but comparatively to the rest of the community, there wasn't just a whole lot of us that could pull it off with a certain degree of success. In my opinion, they should just go back to COD 4. The scope and time was perfect. That's my opinion.